As a pastor, I would never recommend to anyone to get a divorce. I would never force it. I would never imply it. I would never push it upon anyone. I believe that divorce should be the last resort. And as a matter of fact, it shouldn't even be an option. However, I want to also say that divorce in certain cases is justifiable in the event of infidelity, catching your spouse in infidelity. And secondly, in a place of physical abuse. I wouldn't want anyone to stay in a situation where they're physically and emotionally being abused, where their children are in harm's way because their partner is abusing them. However, it is not my place as a pastor to tell anyone to get a divorce. My job is to be there and support and provide the tools and resources to help them have a successful marriage. And as you go in to a marriage, you shouldn't try to figure out a way out. I love to ask couples during premarital counseling. One of the first questions I ask is, what will cause your marriage to fail? What will cause you guys to get a divorce? And one gentleman said to me very clearly, that's not an option. There's nothing that we are going to encounter that will cause me to leave my fiance. And that's the mentality to have. I'm not saying we should tolerate abuse and disrespect. I'm not saying that we should tolerate a place of neglect, but I also believe that we have to be proactive and we have to be reactive to deal with issues in our relationship. We should have, divorce should not be discussed after years and months and numerous counseling sessions. What happens now in our society, the first sign of adversity, the first sign of turbulence, folks cry in divorce. The first sign of difficulty, folks want to leave each other. And part of the problem is that we're comparing our relationships to what we see on social media. I hate to bust your bubble. What you see on social media is not the full picture. Not saying that couples don't love each other, not saying that couples don't appreciate each other, but there's also fights behind the scene. There's also repossessions behind the scene. There's also issues behind the scene that you never see on their Instagram page. So don't go into marriage expecting it to be perfect. And I think a lot of us, what we need is to have premarital counseling with the right person to give us the proper expectations going into marriage. So when we have adversity, we don't want to leave a relationship. What scares me is that a couple has been married for 6 months and already thinking about divorce. Where is the effort? Where is the counseling? Where is the talking to your pastor? Where is the talking to people to get this fixed? We always want to find an exit plan. We always want to find a reason to leave and not put into work. Marriage is no joke. Marriage is a lot of work. So it's important to surround yourself with the right people. That's why as a pastor, the one thing that I do is not simply want to be there to lead you to the altar. I also want to make sure I'm there with you after you leave the altar. Because marriage, the wedding day, is actually the beginning of the best part of your life. And beginning also difficulty and adversity. And many people need that support after they leave the altar. Certain pastors want to sit here and get you married and they're done and wipe their hands, not knowing the war begins immediately after your wedding day. So divorce is an option. It's justifiable in certain situations, but me personally, I would not recommend it. And secondly, when you get to a place of divorce, just don't forget what scripture says. Divorce is not a sin. The word says God hates divorce. And the reason why God hates divorce is because of the consequences that come after divorce. The pain, the trauma to the children, the trauma to the individuals, all that people go through. That's the reason why God hates divorce. So before you want to mention your exit plan, put that work in. Fight for your marriage. Pray over your marriage. Be there in all those situations. And go through counseling, go through individual counseling, see a therapist. Maybe the issue is you and not your spouse. And it's so much easier to get a divorce than to fix your issues. So make sure you get to a place where you seek God and realize, God, give me strength to endure and to make things right. And I know you can. So divorce is definitely an option, but I will never recommend it because I believe God can restore certain things and make things right. But let's be responsible and also understand that I'm not saying and advocating abuse and staying here for disrespect, letting someone cheat on you and stay in that relationship. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm also saying God could fix all things. Tell me what you think. Give me your feedback. Let me meet you in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, share, put this in your group chat, put this in your story. I pray this blesses you. God bless you. I love you.